All right, everybody, we are back at the WSOP School of Poker. The three-time World Series of Poker bracelet winner Dutch Boyd is here. I didn't do the four-time for Madsen. I probably should have done that for him, shouldn't I?
His head's already pretty big.
I know.
I think it's. I always felt like that was our special thing.
It is. We're gonna keep it that way. Well, Dutch, of course, you're down here at the WSOP School of Poker. What are you doing down here today?
I just came to see what was going on. Antonio was doing some instruction here. I figured maybe I'd audit the course. You know, one of the perks of being an instructor for this school is being able to actually, learn from some of these other players. And just wanted to check it out. It looks like it was a pretty good turnout today.
Absolutely, and you've faced off with the best players in the world. What is something that sets Antonio apart to you when you watch him play, or just as a person, or what?
I mean, there's a lot of really great players out there. Antonio is definitely at a level where you stop thinking about them as in a class of great players, and you just think of them as like a legend in and of themselves. From everyone that I've met in poker, Antonio is definitely the best at like social engineering, and I think what gives him that skill is the ability to actually, look at somebody and understand what they want. Whether it's in the middle of a hand or just walking around in life. He's very charismatic. He makes you feel good just to be around him, and all those skills translate to success at the poker table. He's able to get into the best games in the world. He's able to manipulate his opponents into making mistakes against him at the table and feel good about it. Yeah, that's a skill.
Yeah.
When you can get somebody to not care if they lose to you, that's a valuable skill to have. Plus, he's just a smart guy, who understands the game.
Well, you have a pretty good understanding of the game too, and when you do instruction for the WSOP School of Poker, what are some of the things that you want to pass along, because you've had such an amazing ride professionally and personally in your career as you've gone through it. What do you want to relay to people as you're standing in front of them?
Wow, that's a good question. Well, I don't think that there's any one secret, when it comes to poker. There's not, one little tidbit that you can give somebody that's just going to flip a switch and turn them in, from a break-even player or a slight winning player into one of the great players of the game. If there's one thing that I think that I would like to convey to people, it's that poker is a game that you can get better at. There's always a next level. There's always a next wall. And every time I feel like I've pretty much got the game figured out, something happens at the table that really surprises me and makes me realize, wow, you know what? Maybe I don't know what I'm doing at this game. So there's always another level to it, and it gets really deep.
I can tell. Especially, what's getting deep is that beard. Where did that come from?
It's just pure laziness. Is pretty much
fair
what
enough.
It is. When you're a poker player, you get a lot of time to not shave. So
Unbelievable.
Time is the most important thing to a poker player. So I use the time, that I have to not shave.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, I know, we've done a great job with the instruction you've done so far, and looking forward to maybe throwing your input in here today. It should be a good time.
Yep, thanks. I'm sure it will be a good time. This is definitely the place to come to if you want to break through whatever walls and whatever barriers you're finding in your own game. There's definitely a lot of tradecraft in this room. Decades of experience from the top players in the game. It's really an incredible roster, and it's an incredible opportunity. When you look at where else would you be able to go and actually get personal lessons and attention from champions at any sport, and that's what we have here. It's really an incredible opportunity.
And you're one of them, Dutch. Very happy to have you here, sir.
Thanks. I'm glad to be here. Thanks, Mark.
Good to see you, buddy. Dutch Boyd, everybody. Hanging out here at the World Series of Poker, School of Poker. I guess I got to keep saying WSOP. I got to get that abbreviated. It's
WSOP, SOP.
Yeah, I'll get it right. Dutch, thanks for coming over, buddy. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Mark. Okay, a couple of one-liners.
Hang on one second.